All right, welcome to our explainer. Today, we're diving into a story that starts with a pretty typical online beef between two hackers, but then it spirals into a massive international scandal. We're talking about some seriously sophisticated spyware, real-world death threats, and even a president-elect getting pulled into the whole mess. Let's get right into it. I mean, it sounds like something straight out of a movie, doesn't it? But this is all too real. This whole situation is a perfect example of how the line between online arguments and actual real-world political power is getting incredibly blurry. And the consequences? They are very, very real. So our story kicks off in the pretty intense and competitive world of the Latin American hacking community. Now, this didn't start with state secrets or trying to hack some huge corporation. Nope. At first, it was way simpler. Like a lot of online drama is, it was just an argument about who was the better coder. So on one side, you have this developer who calls himself Mr. Ban. And on the other side, you've got Hector Lopez, a guy who his peers pretty much described as a bocón, which is basically a loudmouth. He even publicly called himself a fucking star. You can just imagine the tension between these two was just waiting to explode.
To finally settle things, Mr. Ban basically said, all right, put your money where your mouth is. He laid out a public head-to-head programming challenge for $25,000. And to make sure everyone was serious, they each had to put down a $5,000 deposit. Mr. Ban even offered to pay for Lopez's gear to keep it all fair.
So what happened? Do we get the big showdown? Well, not exactly. Lopez never officially agreed to the terms. So in the end, Mr. Ban just declared victory. He went public and said, and I'm translating here, Hector Lopez, it's been evidenced you don't have the knowledge you claim to have. It was a total public takedown. But you gotta wonder, where did Mr. Ban get all this confidence? It wasn't just him being cocky. It was backed up by this incredibly powerful piece of software he built, a tool that was about to become the center of a much, much bigger story. Okay, so the tool is called Fleckery R7, and it's what's known as a RAT, or a remote access Trojan. And no, this is not your typical computer virus. A RAT gives an attacker basically the master key to someone else's computer. They get complete control over a target's device from anywhere in the world. Yeah, just look at what this thing can do. We're talking total control, turning on a computer's camera and microphone without anyone knowing, silently pulling files off, or even putting files on. And here's the really scary part. It's designed to be a ghost. It's often sent through a simple link or a document, and once it's in, it hides itself from the very security software that's supposed to find it. This is a professional-grade weapon for spying, plain and simple. And this spyware is versatile. It's built for desktop and laptop systems, covering Windows, macOS, and Linux. Mr. Ban mentioned that while they used to have mobile versions, right now their focus is on these main operating systems. That makes it a huge threat in professional and government settings. And right here, this is where the story just takes a wild turn. The online fight and this powerful piece of tech, they collide, and it explodes onto the national stage with a completely stunning accusation against one of the most powerful political figures in Mexico. Mr. Barón went public and claimed that spyware, exactly like the kind he makes, was bought for a very specific reason: a political operation to spy on opponents. And he wasn't just speculating, he started naming names. And here it is, the absolute core of his accusation. Mr. Ban alleges that the client was none other than Mexico's president-elect, Claudia Sheinbaum. He claims the whole deal was set up by a Dominican politician named Brian Vargas, and the goal was simple: political espionage. Just think about what that means for a second. This accusation suggests that private, powerful spyware is just out there for sale on the political market. That's a total game changer. After that, the stakes got dangerously real. Mr. Ben said he started getting direct threats from the alleged middleman, Brian Vargas. And with this quote, he fires a warning right back, saying, I assure Mr. Brian Miguel, regarding the threats he has made directly to me, he will not get away with it, and justice will take care of him and Miss Claudia. So to really get why these hackers are speaking out, even with all these risks, you have to understand how they see themselves. They don't think of themselves as regular cyber criminals. In their world, they're digital activists or hacktivists. This slide really lays out the difference they see. A cybercriminal hacks for cash, but a hacktivist, they argue, hacks to expose corruption. One of them explained it like this: by showing a system has flaws, they're basically yelling at the government, hey, you've got a hole here, you need to fix it. For them, it's about public accountability, not cashing in. And this sense of mission goes way beyond just one country. A hacker who goes by Tony Soprano put out a call to arms, saying, "I propose to all the teams to attack in any way all the dictatorships, including Mexico, Cuba, Iran." So they see their actions as part of this huge global fight.
But here's the thing. Even with this shared mission, the community is not exactly a united front. It's actually a super chaotic and volatile space, full of infighting and massive egos that, honestly, often get in the way of their own goals.
And if you want a perfect snapshot of that chaos, here you go. During one really heated argument, Hector Lopez just fires back at his rivals with this incredibly crude line, which roughly translates to, "You fucking inept suck my dick." It just shows you how raw and personal these fights could get. And you can just feel the frustration from the other members. Another person in the group, Julio, described arguing with Lopez like this: "It's like talking to a guy from an asylum for real, man. He makes you desperate in 10 seconds and doesn't let you speak."
You know, what this whole mess really shows is just how murky all of this has become. When does making a powerful piece of software cross the line and become a crime? And what if that exact same tool is used to expose some really deep corruption? This story doesn't give us any easy answers, but it definitely forces us to think about some tough questions about technology and power. In the end, this whole thing leaves us with a really fundamental question for the world we live in now. As technology gives just one person the power to challenge entire governments and leak secrets, the old definitions of what's right and what's wrong start to fall apart. So in this new kind of fight, who gets to decide who the hero is and who's the villain?